Hello everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. I hope all of you are doing absolutely fine in your respective lives. Your preparation is high because you have an entrance examination. CLAT 2024 is around 1 month's time. And for those who are preparing for CLAT 2025, you have around 13 months of time, right? So, today we begin with a very important discussion insofar as what is citizenship under the Indian Constitution. The primary objective of this particular session is to bring to your understanding what does the Constitution of India envisage when it talks about citizenship. As you all know, citizenship means a country, its people, a definite territory within which its people resides. There are certain rights that are provided to the citizens. In India, we have fundamental rights, for example. Similarly, citizens of a particular country, be it citizens of America, citizens of Australia, citizens of China, citizens of Israel, they all have certain rights insofar as within that territory is concerned as defined under the constitution of that country. So today we begin with a very, very important session on citizenship. I'm going to discuss with you the constitutional framework that has been defined under the Indian Constitution insofar as citizenship is concerned. So guys, let's get started. But before that, a kind reminder to all of you who are preparing for CLAT 2024. We are beginning with a crash course, which is absolutely free. You don't have to pay even 1 rupee. It will be free both in our YouTube as well as in our app. So those of you who haven't downloaded our app, go to your respective mobile phone, download the BYJU'S exam prep app, and you can visit and you can watch starting from the 1st of November 20 plus power packed live sessions covering all 5 subjects across. So definitely this is 100% booster to your CLAT score. Now let's come to the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India says that there are 4 ways in which the Constitution grants citizenship, or how a person can acquire citizenship in India is by 4 reasons. Now, we are all aware of the fact that India went through partition after the Britishers left and we got independent. The country was divided into 2, Pakistan and India. So keeping all these facets in mind, the framers of the Indian Constitution enunciated 4 ways in which citizenship, that is Indian citizenship, can be granted or be acquired by a person. They are: number 1, by birth; number 2, by descent; number 3, by registration; and number 3, by naturalization. So these happens to be the 4 important ways in which a person can acquire or be granted Indian citizenship. What are they? I repeat: birth, descent, registration, and naturalization. These are the 4 ways. I am going to discuss in this particular session all these 4. Okay, how by birth What are the conditions given under the constitution insofar as birth is concerned? How has the laws changed? I'm also going to talk about descent, registration, as well as the concept of naturalization in this session. But before that, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you unlock your 3-day free trial access to all our courses. Go to the description box below. There is a link provided. Click on the link and you will get absolutely 3-day free trial access to all our courses. So guys, by birth. Now, there are certain timelines, cut-off date as you call. Every person who is born on or after, a person who is born on or after 26/1/1950 till 1/7/1987 will be Indian citizen, irrespective whether their parents are Indian or not. So the first one is between 26/1/1950 and 1/7/1987. So those of you, those who are born in India, जो लोग इंडिया में 26/1/1950 से 1/7/1987 के बीच में पैदा हुए हैं इन इंडिया, इरेस्पेक्टिव उन लोगों के पेरेंट्स इंडियन है नहीं है, they will all be considered as Indian citizen. Is that clear? The first one. That's the very important date, and I'm sure that you guys are noting it down. The second important thing, by birth, those who are born between 1/7/1987 and 2/12/2004. Most of you are. Those who are born between 1/7/1987 and 2/12/2004, any person who is born between that timeline, they will be considered as citizen of India if either their parents is a citizen of the country. Either mother or father has to be a citizen. So irrespective, your parents might not be an Indian citizen, but even then you would be considered Indian citizen if you are born between 26/1/1950 and 1/7/1987. After that, between 1/7/1987 and 2/12/2004, either parents में एक को Indian citizen होना चाहिए. So either, irrespective of the nationality of parents, at least one of the parents has to be an Indian citizen. Thereafter comes the third. And the third criteria says people who are born after 3/12/2004. They will be considered as Indian citizen if both their parents are Indians, or at least one parent is citizen, provided the other parent is not an illegal migrant. Now, this happened this 2004 onwards, the 3/12/2004 and thereafter, deals with a situation where India had a lot of Bangladeshi illegal immigrants entering to stop people getting citizenship. Because, states like Bengal, West Bengal, Assam, that northeastern area, a lot of people from Bangladesh entered, right? They entered and they got married to Indian people. Now, their children will not be Indian citizen if one of their parents is an illegal migrant. Now, if you are legally, if you have entered India, you have got all these things, then it is all right. Is that clear? So, these are the three important conditions. These happens to be the three important conditions to acquire or to gain Indian citizenship by birth. These are the three ones. 26/1/1950 to 1/7/1987. Anybody who is born, irrespective whether your father and your mother is a citizen or not. Post 1987, 1/7/1987 to 2/12/2004, either of the parents has to be Indian citizen. Then 3/12/2004 onwards, both the parents have to be Indian, or at least one parent is an Indian citizen and the other is not an illegal migrant. Very, very important. Am I clear, all of you? I'm sure you guys are able to understand this thing. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So guys, if you are liking this session, do press the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe. Okay, let's move on. Let's understand things in much more detailed manner insofar as registration is concerned. Now, citizenship can be granted by birth. That is what we have understood. Now we will try to understand how can citizenship be acquired by registration. Now, if a person who is of Indian origin, now please try to understand, a person of Indian origin who has been a resident of India for 7 years can apply for registration. A lot of people from foreign countries do come to India, right? They come to India, they have Indian origin. Either their great-grandfather were Indians, they went to South Africa, some people went to the Caribbeans, some people went to Australia, some people went to UK and other places, right? Their great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers. Now, if you are of an Indian origin and you have stayed in India for at least 7 years, you can apply for registration for Indian citizenship and you will be granted Indian citizenship. That's number one. Okay. So a person of Indian origin has been a resident for 7 years. Number one. Number two, a person of Indian origin who is a resident of any country outside undivided India. Undivided India means people in Pakistan, people in Bangladesh. Now, India was divided. So that's how this particular law has come in our Indian constitution. Since our country was divided, there was a situation wherein people from Pakistan would enter India, people from Bangladesh would enter India post that partition. So they would also be given Indian citizenship. Number two. Number three, a person who is married to an Indian citizen and has resided for 7 years in India, they will also get Indian citizenship. So if a foreigner, okay, a US citizen comes to India, falls in love with an Indian woman, gets married, and if he resides in India for 7 years, he can apply for registration. Is that clear? And fourthly, minor children of person who are citizens of India. So if a child is born, the minor, suppose his parents have died, then also that minor will get Indian citizenship. A lot of orphans, right? So this is a particular provision for that category. So these are the 4 categories of people who can acquire Indian citizenship by way of registration. Am I clear? Is that clear to all of you? Is that clear to each and every one of you? Okay. So I hope I am making things absolutely clear for each and every one of you so that you guys can understand this thing. Okay. Fantastic. Great to see that. Great to see that. Fantastic. Okay. Chal, let's move ahead. Now then comes descent. Now what is descent? Now this is something that have to be explained. Now India, of course, as you know, had a partition, right? Now this deals with partition thing. Now suppose a person was born in today's Pakistan, but during partition, he could not come to India during partition, but he came to India much later. So person who are born outside India after January 1950 is a citizen by descent if his or her father was a citizen of India by birth. So if a person is born in Pakistan but his father was in India because India went through partition, he will be considered as an Indian citizen. Person born outside India after December 10, 1992, but before December 3, 2004, if either of his parents was a citizen of India. Similarly, a person who is born after 3rd December 2004 has to acquire citizenship if either of his parents, if his parents have to declare that the minor does not hold a passport of other country and his or her birth is registered as an Indian consulate within 1 year of birth. Now, this deals with people who are, born in some other country. Now, suppose a father and a mother works in US. Just because, you are born in US, you get the citizenship of US. Now, if you want to convert that child to an Indian, how do you do it? Now, both the mother and the father is Indian. He is born after 3rd December 2004. Now, it has to be declared. Now, once his passport is given back to the authorities in US, for example, a child is born in US. Now, if that child is born out of an Indian diplomat, suppose Indian couple goes to US, gets pregnant, there's a child out of that wedlock. Now, can the child be granted Indian citizenship? The answer is yes, he can be granted Indian citizenship. Now, the question is how? The parents have to declare that the minor or the child does not hold a passport of any other country. Now, if it is in the case of US, what happens? The moment you are born in that country, whether your parents are Indian, US, UK, doesn't matter. The law of America says that child who is born in that country will be granted citizenship. Now, that child is granted Indian citizenship. Now, the parents want the child to get an Indian citizenship. He can get it, provided the citizenship that the child holds is given back, is reverted, and by registering to the Indian consulate within 1 year. So there must be every country has a Indian consulate, right? In every other country. So you have to go to that consulate within 1 year of the birth and get that child birth registered with that consulate in that foreign country. And by that particular manner, your child, the child who is born in US, can be granted Indian citizen because he or she comes out of a Indian father and a mother. Is that clear to all of you? Am I clear to each and every one of you? Okay. So these are certain very, very important sessions wherein we are discussing all these important facets. Okay. I'm sure that you guys are able to understand it because God knows you might get a passage on citizenship this year, next year, whichever year. We don't prepare the question paper. We don't know. But as a mentor, we definitely would want each and every one of you to have a clear understanding of the various facets of the Indian Constitution and henceforth this session on citizenship. Let's move ahead. The next one is called naturalization. Now, a person, suppose a foreigner, comes to India, okay? He comes to India and he is staying in India for 12 years. And he fulfills all the condition as laid down under the Citizenship Act. There's the Citizenship Act, right? 1955. So there is also the Indian Citizenship Act of 1955, which in detail lays down the requirements insofar as citizenship by naturalization is concerned. So a person who is of foreign origin, suppose an Australian person, comes to India, he travels to the temples, the mosques, the gurdwaras, he is in love with Indian culture. He wants to get an Indian citizenship. A person can acquire citizenship by naturalization if he or she already becomes an ordinary resident of India for 12 years. Throughout 12 months preceding the date of application and 11 years in aggregate. So after the 11th year, you make that application, it will be processed at the end of the 12th year. So 11 साल में आप अप्लाई करोगे, 1 साल का टाइम मिलेगा आपको, हम लोग का जो सिटीजनशिप, हम लोग का जो सिटीजनशिप देता है द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स. If you fulfill all qualification under the Citizenship Act, so you have to apply for citizenship, provided you have been an ordinary resident of India for 12 years. 11 years in aggregate prior to that, and 11 साल बाद आप application डालोगे जो अगले साल clear हो जाएगा. So these are the various methods. These happens to be the various methods insofar as grant of citizenship under the Indian Constitution is concerned. Now, I'm going to take any questions that you have insofar as citizenship is concerned. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And those of you who are watching this session, which is not live because only a couple of people have joined me now, this session will be watched by a number of you. Those who will be watching me, if you have any doubts, please ask your relevant question in the comment section and we will get back to you answering your questions. So those of you who have questions, please let me know. Any person who has a question, please let me know, please. Anybody? Okay. Okay. No questions coming from the students. Okay. So guys, if you guys have any questions which comes in your mind much later after the class is over, you can definitely again put your questions on the comment section and we will get back to you. So before we end, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024's test series, providing you with 25 CLAT mocks, 15 A-Lit mocks, and 15 other law entrance examination mocks. BYJU'S Exam Prep also brings to you CLAT 2025 Undergraduate Comprehensive Course. We shall be providing you with 380 hours of live classes, 300 recorded videos, 55 mock tests, 10,000 practice question and practice tests, study material, doubt resolution, and the much awaited CLAT Ignite magazine. Guys, do not forget to join us for CLAT 2024 crash course. We bring to you 20 plus power-packed live sessions covering all 5 subjects, which will definitely boost your CLAT score at least by 10 to 20%. Before I end, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, do like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and do not forget to download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app today if you haven't by now. So guys, with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. Sir, is it possible to clear CLAT in 1 month? I would say it is absolutely not possible. But yes, it is a tough thing if you have to clear an CLAT examination by 1 month. I think you should be gaming 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹. You should be appearing for the next year CLAT, I think. Okay. It is possible, but a lot of hard work, absolutely hard work, which will be, the percentage will be around 20% of your success rate. So I think if you prepare for around 6 to 8 months, 10 months. It's the best. Okay, the possibility is best. Okay, Shreyas, I hope I explained to you your question. So guys, with this we come to the end of this session. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.